Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Good Monday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresko. Get to your top stories at 4 in just a moment. But first, a look at traffic and weather with Jack Wu with the 22 News Storm Team. Jack, the good news, beautiful weekend behind us. The bad news, our Monday now looking too great with those rain showers out there.
And I hate to break it, Nick, but this trend does have the possibility of continuing throughout the week. Let's first take a look at your traffic. We are looking at some disruptions, mainly on Route 5 up and down through West Springfield. We also have some closures on 90 westbound. That's going to be near Westfield and Russell. Other than that, we also have Palmer going eastbound on Route 90. So we do have some traffic implications there. Overall, it's a pretty normal day, but you could get a little wet on the way home. Let's take a look at our live camera in Springfield. We can see we do have that cloud cover and those scattered showers still hanging around. Temperatures have gone down because of this rain, mainly in the low 70s up and down 91, 72 in Northampton, 71 in Westfield, 70 in Springfield. It's a little warmer in the Berkshires and places like Great Barrington at 75, 73 in North Adams, and those dew points. It is also humid if it's not raining in your area, mainly in those high 60s, 68 in Northampton, mid 60s in Westfield and Springfield. Berkshire County seeing very similar dew points in those high to mid 60s. And our clouds and radar are showing us that we do have this rain hanging around for some time. We're going to let you know how long it lasts with the 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
One teenager is dead after a car crash in Blandford Sunday, according to the town's fire department. The crash happened around 2 o'clock in the afternoon and closed North Blandford Road for some time. The Hampton DA's office told 22 News that a 17-year-old girl died as a result of that crash. No further information has been released. The cause of that crash is under investigation. A man from Pennsylvania was sentenced to prison last week for sexual exploitation of a child in Munson. 44-year-old David Tweed was sentenced to 30 years in prison and a lifetime of supervised release in federal court in Springfield. Tweed was arrested after sexually exploiting a 12 to 13-year-old in 2021. That's according to the DOJ. He was charged one count of sexual exploitation and was detained following his appearance in Pennsylvania court in August of 2022. Meantime, Governor Healy has officially signed the state budget for the fiscal year 2025. After a months-long process, the budget was approved by the House and the Senate. Healy's office says this final version includes record funding for a number of programs. That includes the MBTA and transportation statewide, plus free community college and a disaster relief resiliency fund. The budget will also make COVID-era child care grants permanent for those in need. Deli counters at Big Y stores across the region have reopened after the Boar's Head recall. The company announcing this on their Facebook page this morning. Boar's Head recalled more than 200,000 pounds of deli products on Friday due to a possible listeria outbreak. They had to close down its delis to clean and sanitize equipment and clear out any contaminated products. According to a statement sent to 22 News, Stop and Shop delis were also closed because of the recall, but they have also since reopened. Another check on the weather with Jack Wu with the 22 News Storm Team. We have those scattered showers out there, Jack, and as you kind of previewed earlier, those are going to be sticking around.
Well, let's take a look at the 22 News Storm Team Skycast. We'll get a great look at exactly what I mentioned earlier. 7 p.m. this evening, we are seeing those scattered showers. Nothing too severe, but the potential for an isolated thunderstorm is also still in the picture. As we get later in the evening, closer to 10 p.m., not looking as high of chance of those scattered showers, but we could see them lingering. 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, seeing that cloud cover, not seeing lots of rain. We will be seeing it a little later in the day. 12 p.m. clouds even clear up a little bit, but as we start to see us going in the later hours of the day, we do have the chance for a spot shower and scattered shower. Not expecting super high rain totals as we go into the day through Tuesday. Now, we are tracking some later this week. We'll let you know when we can expect rain throughout the work week with the 22 News Storm Team forecast.
Trending today, the latest release from Marvel Studios continues to break box office records. Deadpool and Wolverine has made an estimated $205 million in its first weekend in North America. The previous opening record for an R-rated film was held by the first Deadpool, making $132 million in its 2016 opening weekend. This comes just days after the superhero flick broke the record for Thursday preview ticket sales. The FDA has approved a new blood test that could help catch more cases of colon cancer. It's called Guardant Health's Shield blood test. The test works by detecting DNA that cancerous tumors release into the bloodstream. According to the research, it was 83% effective in finding colorectal cancers. While the test itself is not new, the FDA's approval means that Medicare and private insurance companies will be much more likely to cover its cost, making it more widely accessible for patients right here across the country. Now for a look at what we are working on for 22 News at 6 o'clock, Hyundai Hope will be making a donation as part of their car seat safety event. See how these donations will help benefit the community. And Congressman Richard Neal joining Mass DOT to announce funding for new roads in West Springfield. We have what's next for those projects. And find out if Bass Pond in Springfield will remain closed for the summer when it could possibly reopen after bacteria was found there.
Alrighty, one last look at the traffic. We can see we do have those regular road closures on Route 5, Mass Pike near Russell and West Springfield, and also Westfield, and on the Mass Pike going westbound near Palmer. Other than that, not looking at too many implications in terms of traffic tonight. Those scattered showers could slow things down as we get a little later into the evening, but we'll get into the rest of the forecast on 22 News at 6.
Jack, thank you, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. Again, we are back on TV starting at 6 o'clock right after Olympic coverage. You can log on to our website and the 22 News app for the latest news and weather anytime.